Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new to this channel, my name's Shane, and on this channel I do treasure hunting. So today we're in a birch forest in northeastern Pennsylvania. If you come up to this area, there's birch forest all over the place. This is just one at random that I picked, and the reason we're here is we're going to be searching for and hopefully harvesting some chaga, which is a fungus that grows off of specifically, more commonly, birch trees. So this section of the birch forest is pretty marshy. The ground is a little bit squishy. Right now it's the end of November, which is a decent time to harvest chaga. You don't want to harvest it during the summer months because there's a lot of water in it, and during the winter it dries out a little bit more. And even after you harvest it, you still have to break it apart, let it sit and let it dry. So we're gonna go around. I'll show you some of these trees that we're gonna be looking for chaga on. And I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you enjoy the video. So the area that we're walking around looking for chaga, it's kind of marshy. It's not like really wet, but what you want to look for is like a pond or a stream, and you want to look for birch trees. All right, so we're just a short ways up into the woods from where I parked my car. And right up here, I can see that tree right there. That is a sweet birch tree, and it's a pretty big one. And I can see some, what looks to be like chaga growing out of the side of it up top here. Yeah, there's a small one right there. We're gonna leave that one. It's not really big enough. I wanna see one that's like protruding out a little bit. Also, when you're harvesting this chaga, you don't wanna really damage the tree. You're just basically cleaning the tree of the fungus is what you're doing when you harvest it. So we're gonna continue along. There is a trail here, and I'll just keep my eyes open, looking specifically at birch trees. Smaller ones, not so much. The bigger ones, like this one here and this one here, they have a better chance. This birch tree has a ton of shelf mushrooms on it. There's some bigger ones up top here. I don't see any chaga on this tree. This is a dead tree too. Not sure if chaga only grows on live trees or not. I think it needs the tree to be alive in order for it to grow. All right, so I came to a point here where it looks like it goes down towards more marshland down the bottom. And I noticed that almost every tree is either a gray birch or a sweet birch. And this is prime chaga location. You can see this birch tree here has some kind of a wound up there, and it looks like sap has been pouring out of it, and that's kind of an indicator that you can have chaga. So we're gonna keep looking. All right, over here by this swamp, I found a really small chaga here on this gray birch, but that's basically what it looks like, a brown protrusion coming out of the side of a tree. All right, so to harvest this stuff, all we need to do, this is a small one, we're gonna find some more. So in order to harvest this stuff, you could use a knife or something. I happen to have a hatchet here with me because I knew I was coming out looking for this stuff. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Let me bring the camera around and I'll show you what it looks like inside. So this stuff, it actually reminds me of truffles. If you've ever seen truffles, they have like that marbling to it. And yeah, this is a small one, and there's bigger ones around, so we'll keep looking. I'm gonna harvest the rest of this one and head to the next one if we're lucky enough. Cool. Here's another chaga. This one I might be able to break off with my fingers. I'm gonna have to get the rest of it with my axe. Yeah, that's a small one. But this is a dead stump here, so I can go ahead and finish harvesting that one as well. So far, seems like right next to the water, is where you're going to have the best luck finding some chaga. Okay, just to the side of the pond here, another sweet birch with a pretty decent sized chaga on it. I think I could grab that one with my hand. Yep, got it. There's still some more inside the tree that I can also harvest, but that's the good stuff right there. A little squishy under the feet. A lot of blueberries over here too. When I was a kid, we used to pick them and call them swamper berries, but I thought most of those areas were cleared out, but this is all good stuff right here. I'll have to come back during that season to show you guys what that's all about. I found a second pond here, and I'm just kind of going around it, looking at all the birch trees, and hopefully find some more chaga. All right, here's another gray birch right next to the water, and there's another chaga here. So I'm just gonna leave that one, let it grow bigger. Maybe next time either I or somebody else can come back and find it. So we're kind of just going through some really thick area here. Had to trudge through the swamp on that side a little bit just to get around it. But we're trying to stay as close to the water as possible. We're gonna head through that way. And if I can't find anything else around this pond, I'm gonna go ahead and stop. We have enough chaga for a little while. So yeah, let's just get through this first. So right here, I found an interesting mushroom that I don't normally see. This is called a hygroscopic earth star, and it's growing right out of the anthracite coal here. Very interesting looking thing. Just thought I would share that. So anyway, I think I have enough chaga. We'll take it back to the hotel and look at it a little bit closer, and I can explain how to use it and stuff and what it's used for a little bit. Again, I'm not really an expert on it. It's just one of those things that I like to mix in with my coffee in the morning. So if we find another chaga on the way out, we'll grab it. But anyway, I'll see you guys back at the hotel. So this is one thing I do not miss about living in Pennsylvania. That is a tick. Lyme disease. Probably have more on me. I just looked down and saw that one. So of course, I gotta do a tick check. All right, so we're back at the hotel, and I did some research on chaga. And first of all, this is the scientific name. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. But this stuff is known as, to a lot of people, as gold of the woods. It's that valuable to a lot of people. It also takes a long time to grow. It could take 3 to 5 years. Over in Finland, they actually try to harvest this stuff, and they do it successfully, but it takes about 5 years. Also, it's not a mushroom. It is a fungus. The correct terminology is a sterile canker. So it's actually a very woody, hard material that is about 10% mycelium. So only 10% of this stuff is mushroom, approximately, and the rest is the host tree, which is birch, which birch trees are also medicinal. So according to some papers online, this is one of the best immune system boosters on Earth. It has over 200 bioactive components. It only grows in the northern latitudes, so northern United States, Canada, Finland, Norway, Sweden, Russia, Estonia, stuff like that. Northern latitude countries where there's birch forests is where it's most common. It cannot grow where there's not a harsh environment. It has to be cold winters and short summers. So one more quick tip about this chaga. Harvest it and it's still fresh. Like, this is a little bit wet still, and it will dry out, and it'll dry extremely hard like a rock. So it's probably a good idea to cut it now before it gets extremely hard, and then you're good to go. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed this treasure hunting video, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, definitely do that. I try to put out at least one new video on this channel every week. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that haven't left. So thanks so much. And also big thanks to all my Major Credit Patreon supporters and channel members scrolling right there. And also, if you enjoyed this video, you're really going to like the other ones linked here. So definitely check those out. And I'll see you guys on the next video.